one recurring thing with the running back, the main guy Sanders, is continued drops in camp.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, you were a sure-handed guy. They say it's not from a lack of work. He's working on the jugs machine and all that stuff, but it's still not happening for him. Can this team go forward with him as the number one back if he can't catch it out of the backfield?
I'm one of these guys that I think that Miles Sanders can be a much better, and I'm talking about much better running back out of the backfield. And I think for him to be one of the better backs in the NFL, he has to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield because he's not going to run the ball 30 times a game like some of the other backs in the NFL. Now, can they be a good football team without him doing that? Yes, they can. That means Gainwell has to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield and be productive. If they keep Boston Scott, the other guys have to do those types of things that Miles Sanders is not good at. But it comes with a downside. The downside is you don't have a guy in the backfield that you're saying it's either a run or the pass. The advantage that offensive teams have against defenses is the ability to say, hey, we're in a running set where we're actually going to throw the ball. And if you can throw the ball to the running back who can make a guy miss and then get down the field, that's an advantage. We've seen that Miles Sanders can be a home run hitter if he gets the ball in his hands. Now, for him, he has to learn how to catch the doggone football. And to me, that's just about practice. That's about him getting better, running routes in his free time in the offseason. And I'm not saying that he's not working on that. At some point, I need him to get better. And if you're getting to the point where you're saying, okay, he's not going to be that guy in that position, then to me that scales back a little bit what I think Miles Sanders can be in the long run as far as a key cog in this football team.
What kind of camp do you think he is having as far as catching the football? Because, number 36 made a cottage industry of it.
Yeah, he sure did. And, I think every back has been looking up to that since then. And Miles Sanders not living up to the B. West name in terms of catching the football in training camp. He's coming off of a rocky year in that respect after really a surprising rookie year as a pass catcher. Everybody remembers that bullet that Carson Wentz threw to him in the corner of the end zone against Washington, like one of the highlights of Wentz's career. And Sanders was able to grab that with both hands, but definitely fell off a pretty steep cliff last year. And it's been a struggle in training camp so far. We've seen a number of drops. We saw a fumble yesterday. Ball security has been an issue for him, not for lack of trying. I mean, he's on the jugs machine every day before and after practice, but right now it's definitely an area that needs to get cleaned up.
Go ahead, Brian.
Tim, let's say things don't sharpen up with Miles Sanders catching the ball out of the backfield. Where do you see the Eagles go to get some production from running backs catching the ball? Is it Gainwell? Is it Miles? Boston Scott? Is it Jordan Howard? Where do they move at that point? Kerryon Johnson, if they're trying to get the ball to the running back out of the backfield.
Yeah, it's a great question, B. West. At the beginning of camp, I would have said Gainwell. He came in with a lot of acclaim, and he was running with the first team the first week in particular. They were doing a lot of 21 looks, the two-back looks, where he was flexing out and running pass patterns, and that's kind of what he's known for, is catching the football. But I would be lying if I said that he's had a standout camp. He's been rather quiet since the start. And remember, he had a year off last year, and I think it takes guys some time to kind of get their legs back under them in those kind of situations. And so it falls to Boston Scott, I think. And Scott's somebody that's been getting a lot of run during training camp. He's been working a lot, probably has the most carries, the most action out of anybody this off season. And so I think that he would be the natural number two. Jordan Howard's not going to be your pass catcher. Kerryon Johnson, who knows if he makes the team. And so I think Scott would pick up the slack, but obviously it would be a huge thing for them if Sanders could get that part of his game together, because the rest of it looks dynamite.
Tim, interesting about the numbers here, because are you suggesting that it's going to be tough for Jordan Howard to make this roster, and the four running backs they will keep are Sanders, Scott, Gainwell, and Johnson?
Well, to me, this is the most intriguing battle of training camp. I thought it was going to be left tackle, and that's already over. Like, Mailata has just run away with that thing. But running back is a lot more intriguing to me, Mike, because you know that Gainwell and Sanders are going to make the team. It looks like Boston Scott is going to make the team. Now, who's going to fill out that depth chart? And Jason Huntley is somebody who is just really impressed almost every day. He's got burners that I didn't realize he had. And so he continues to open eyes during training camp. So that, whether he makes the team or not, I think there's a battle between Kerryon Johnson and Jordan Howard. And I think what Howard has going for him is that he's different, right? Like he can be the power back for you and when you need it. So whether it's to milk a game away, short yardage, something like that. Kerryon Johnson's strength is in pass protection. He's good in pass pro. That's also very important. So, I think that the preseason games, if you're looking for something to watch, watch those running backs and how they do, because it might decide who makes the team and who doesn't.